Hello Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 25th going to the 31st, so a very big week, to be honest. It's the last week of the year, so let's see what's going on for you guys. I'm just going to pull the oracle cards out first. Let's get an overview of what this week will be like for you, and then we'll jump into the tarot. Okay, let's see for Taurus, please spirit. The initial G will be important. Taurus, please spirit. All right, you guys, you have no place like home. This is quite an interesting card to come up, especially around this week, because this week is supposed to be about community and celebrating, but the no place like home tells me that you guys are feeling a little bit more like hermiting yourself. And what that means is kind of going within, being in solitude, protecting your peace and protecting your energy. So the no place like home card, I always say that there may have been some karmic cycles. I am going to say this could be in terms of like family and maybe relationships. So take it however it is for you guys. Because given that this is the end of the year, again, what we're supposed to be around family and stuff, this tells me that you guys aren't really feeling it. Maybe your family is a lot more low vibrational. You are lifting your energies. You can see this card always comes to life for me, and this kind of stick is kind of moving you beyond that kind of dark, clouded energy. You do this imagery here, and it's on the back of the card, and it's in another card in this deck, which represents karmic cycles, okay? Repetitive cycles. This could be generational stuff that you guys are actually pulling away from at the moment to protect your energy. This golden light in the home tells me that this is you working on your energy, working on elevating it, okay? Learning, becoming enlightened, okay? Seeing clearly. This golden energy is very beautiful, and you're protecting that. So some of you might be creating some emotional boundaries and distance between some people within this week, just spending some time, within the home, within your safe space, so that you can, no longer give to things that may have been a karmic cycle, may have been things that we needed to learn from, may have been triggers that we also needed to pull back from. And instead of reacting to the triggers and falling into that cycle, but pulling away from, going, okay, how can I see this in a higher perspective, reflecting on it, and kind of cutting the cords of a situation or of a lesson, whatever that means to you. All right, again, given around the time of the week that we're doing this for, it does tell me this could be family related. Okay, so although for some of you it could be outside of the family, because no place like home, if it's people that you live with, you could be building on the relationships there for some of you. Okay, all right, let's see for Taurus, please, this week. You have security coming through. All right, is your key word. Again, this does kind of feel like it's to do with the home space again. So you guys are working on your stability, your security. All right, no longer giving to things that make you feel, unsafe. People that make you feel unsafe, relationships, whatever it may be. You guys, this will be a very big focus for you guys this week, okay? Now this fire brings in warmth, protecting your basic needs for some of you. This really reminds me of like root chakra stuff, so I feel like you're working on your root chakra. What that means is, so security and your root chakra can also be about your financial situation. Maybe that's something that you're deciding to work on around this time, or trying to find ways to not go into a negative cycle. Maybe around this time of year, it happens to everyone, I guess, that maybe that could be an area of your life that you're working to fix and remove those traps of falling into the Christmas trap and buying everyone's stuff. Maybe that does get you into a bit of a negative space, or again, it's to do with your security with other people, okay, and finding your safe space and not coming out of that to please other people or to ruin that comfort zone that you've built for yourself here because of what people have to say or whatever. Okay, so you're building on security. I feel like it's the home space that you're really working on at the moment, and that could again be within yourself. It's almost as if I'm feeling like the outside is kind of very unknown, and I don't want to say unsafe because that can mean anything, but it's almost like unpredictable, or those are things that seem to pull your energy down. You're creating this sacred space in the home or within yourself here, that's your comfort, and no one can get in the way of that. That's the energy I'm picking up on here. All right, let's see. Let's get the energy for Tauruses this week. please, Spirit? Six of Cups. This is nostalgia. It is around the time of year where we might be reflecting and looking back at past relationships, past experiences. Here we have the Ten of Swords. So you are reflecting back on endings, okay? This could be, past loved ones as well with the Ten of Swords here as well. Six of Cups. Let's see. Taurus. The Empress. And the Fool. And the Lovers here as well on the bottom of the deck. Now, let me read this first and I will show you. For some of you, this could be like a grandmother in spirit or a mother in spirit here that you guys could be reflecting on or thinking about, or they are around you at this time. The Empress is also your energy, Taurus, so even if it's not that, the Empress is really an energy, again, very similar to No Place Like Home, to be honest, because it feels like you guys are elevating yourself, focusing on your growth, focusing on your, compassion. Maybe you do have a family, you're focusing on your connections with, the people who you love the most. It's just you loving your energy, creating that abundance for yourself. I feel like you might be reflecting a lot on the past and kind of reflecting back on situations where you didn't have that self-love, or you didn't have those, maybe it was only within this last year that you built that up for yourself, You also have the Fool here, which is interesting because it does feel like this week you are feeling like a new beginning is needed. And it might be from reflecting on the past that you feel like I'm ready for a new journey. Okay, one where you will be kind of like receiving the abundance that you know you're deserving of. Okay, I do believe that your confidence this week will be increased. It feels like nothing can drag you down, which is nice. I feel like you've built this sacred space, this secure place within yourself where you can feel like whatever happened in the past or whatever situation that ended in the past is no longer going to kind of get in the way of your growth in the future. So I like that. All right, let's I will clarify why not. I am going to pull out past and future so that we can look into it. Let's clarify along the way. Six of Cups is coming through the King of Cups. Could be a water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is also you kind of getting some emotional maturity or balance when it comes down to, again, that nostalgic energy here. The Wild card and the Six of Cups again. So this nostalgia, this reflection is just kind of highlighting the fact that you guys are feeling like a new person. Like you've ended old cycles and there is a new beginning at hand. This wild card, especially within the Empress, is also here. It kind of reminds me of like a glow up. So you guys are really feeling like, wow, like I've changed a lot over the last year, over the last few years, whatever it may be to you guys, especially like emotionally. Whether that means that you've kind of opened yourself up in your heart space lately, I want to say, or whether it is to do with maybe since this other person, the King of Cups. Okay, I don't feel like you're looking back in anger though, and that song is coming back. Coming up in my head, not back, sorry. It's like, I think it's Oasis, I don't know. Don't look back in anger. I think that's like important for some reason for you guys. But anyways, yes, there will be some reflection on the fact that you have grown. I'm hearing mentally, and especially emotionally, especially in your heart space. So that means to me that you guys have healed. Let's clarify the Empress. Four of Cups, that's very interesting to come through. The Empress is all about abundance and compassion and, nurturing that divine feminine that we all have within ourselves. That part of us that, attracts and not chases. But the Four of Cups is saying, the Four of Cups is a card of rejection, or maybe you are rejecting. Here, this Ace of Cups. Maybe someone will be extending their love to you, and it feels like you might not be willing to be open to that, which is quite interesting. Clarify the Four of Cups here. The Nine of Wands. This might just be you protecting your peace, to be honest with you. So the No Place Like Home and the Four of Cups and the Nine of Wands, even though you're in this Empress energy, if I feel like you are rejecting a few things because you do have your guard up, which is quite interesting. And I think this is a healthy boundary, because the Ace of Cups here is actually a card of self-love too. It's about the fact that you have filled up your own cup so much that you can now give from the overflow. It's a card of peace, as you can see with the dove here. So someone might, people might be extending themselves to you. It does feel like that you might be rejecting that, might not be so open to it because you have felt hurt by these people, if that makes sense. Maybe that's the karmic cycle to learn from. Because we do see here that you guys do have some emotional imbalance within yourselves. You're able to kind of keep yourself on top of those emotions this week and reflect back on it and not let it hurt you. So there's 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands with the 4 of Cups, 9 of Wands with the Empress tells me you guys are protecting that energy, which is very similar to no place like home. Okay, so people might be extending themselves to you, and I'm not seeing it being in a bad way, because that Ace of Cups is still here, but it just feels like that you are kind of denying the people who have hurt you. I will say there is still a little bit of woundedness there, but I think depending on what these people have done or how you feel, I feel like you're very strong within that energy of going, actually, I don't need love from you. Like, I don't need that from you. I don't need your pity. I don't need your, I don't need you to extend yourself to me. Like, you've kind of moved up beyond that with the Empress. So again, it does kind of bring about that growth here. And the Fool. The Fool is with the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. Interesting. The Fool, again, does speak of new cycles. It speaks of new journeys here, taking a leap of faith in some degree. This is a card of like youthfulness and just trusting in the universe. 5 of Wands and a 9 of Cups is interesting because there is an element here of a bit of conflict coming up this week. But the 9 of Cups tells me that you are in like a position where I don't think you're involved in it, and maybe again once you were, whatever this is the same as that karmic cycle that you have up here. You're protecting your peace. You're not engaging in any conflict that might arise this week, any competition here, any back and forth. This could be anything from gossip, or the word that's coming up here, Taurus, is almost like what's the word? It's almost like intrusive questions is what I'm hearing. The 9 of Cups is you being in your own element. Again, I am feeling like this very strong boundary is being placed against the people around you this week. 9 of Cups tells me you're in a good position. You enjoy where you currently are at. 9 of Cups. There's some things that you're working on, but again, emotionally, I think you're very content within your own self that you don't need it from these other people. 5 of Wands. Who might be competing for it? Or again, might be just low vibrational people that you're just not engaging in the conflict or the argument or the disagreement or the gossip, whatever it may be. All right, let's go into recent past just to have a little look. For Taurus, please, Spirit. Knight of Pentacles. You've been really kind of cultivating something. This is a card of like slow and steady growth, planting the seeds for something here. If it's in terms of your career, you've been focusing a bit more on that, and there could have been some travel coming up there with it too. Page of Cups. That's also a card of like childhood triggers and emotional surprises. Queen of Swords and 4 of Cups again, strong boundaries. It's very similar to that Empress, to be honest with you, because the Queen of Swords has been hurt before. Sorry, not just the Empress, but I also meant the 9 of Wands. That was clarifying it. You have been hurt by these people, or some people around this time that you've kind of created a little bit of. Now, 4 of Cups is not a great card, in my opinion anyway. The way that I interpret it is a little bit, it's closed off. But in this case, I actually kind of, here I feel like you guys are protecting your view of maybe yourself, your emotions, whatever it is. Queen of Swords has been through hurt, been through pain, been through loss. 4 of Cups, and even though maybe emotionally you're still working on some things, you are creating a distance from people who might, try to get in the way of that, whether it's intentional or not here. Let's clarify this stuff. Knight of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So this combination is kind of like doing things, kind of keeping things a secret. I think that you are coming across as someone who is, again, keeping very strong boundaries. So it feels like whatever you guys have been working on, you've been doing it in secret. You've been doing it on your own. High Priestess, some of you, again, could be stepping into your intuition a lot more, have been in the recent past. Knight of Pentacles tells me that whatever you've been working on, it's been something that, you know, has been connected to your intuition. Whether that's taking action on it or, again, just kind of like working on yourself here, working on your enlightenment, working on, you know, your divine path is what it feels like. Page of Cups is coming through with a Star card, and I like that combination a lot. Because this tells me that you've been really healing your inner child. I think some of you really have taken some time to yourself to really kind of nurture that side of you, like parent that inner child within you here. There's a lot of emotional balance coming through. The Star card really represents kind of giving back to the universe here. So I really feel like in the recent past, you've really been connecting to your spiritual side, your spirituality. Nurturing those, you know, emotional triggers that you've had in the past, the hurts that you've been through. And kind of being very vulnerable with yourself. I am picking up a lot of like being alone or feeling alone or wanting to detach from people in lately. All right, Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups then. Seven of Swords. You've been through some betrayal, guys. Oh my lord. Now, Seven of Swords coming up with that energy. Whoever you guys are, again, this week keeping a distance from, I think there might end up being a little bit of conflict because of that. Because I feel like I'm seeing you keeping a distance and you're loving yourself. And I like that. But some people who are a bit closed-minded might take offense to it, but that's not your business, to be honest. Like, you don't need to worry about that because you're being your best self and you're just creating a boundary. And of course, people who are a bit insecure might feel like, who the hell does Taurus think they are? Like, completely ignored me or completely like, you know, some people might not like it. Seven of Swords tells me that some of you guys may have disconnected from these people before, or again, you've been through some sort of like betrayal with this, whether it's selfish behavior with the Seven of Swords, people kind of just out for themselves, whether it is people who, you know, lie, stole, cheated in this, like, whether it's, you know, cheated in the way of their actions or if it is in a relationship. Queen of Swords is a very cold energy. All right, so that's kind of just telling me why you were in this energy now, but instead of being super detached like you were in the past, like Queen of Swords is quite different from the Empress. The Empress has very loving boundaries. It's almost like you're doing it with a smile on your face now compared to last time. You were a bit more like sassy or a little bit more direct. You're still direct, and you're still a little bit hurt about what people have done to you or how people have treated you. But it feels like you're doing it with more grace this time. And I think that is what can build a bit of jealousy, to be honest with you. All right, let's dive into your near future then. For Taurus, please, Spirit. Four of Pentacles. A lot of fours are coming up for you guys. It's again to do with your home, stability, childhood even as well. Four of Pentacles is an energy of being a little bit too stubborn, if I'm going to be honest with you. It is holding yourself to yourself, it's holding on, but it can also be like holding on, holding back. So it is a bit of a closed off energy when it comes down to growth, and we don't want to see that, but we will clarify just to see. Don't be so closed off that you forget about that you close yourself off to growth as well. Let's see. Near future for Taurus. Nine of Pentacles and the Death card here. So major changes are coming up for you guys. So because of this week is the end of this year, it feels like this transformation is going into the next year. Nine of Pentacles is good. Again, you're doing good. But just be careful of like not being open to other relationships or forming new friendships, you know. Don't be so closed off from people is what I feel like. Because again, you have really done the healing. You've been working on yourself. You've been, you know, Some of you may have been really meditating or, tapping into that intuition of yours, tapping into that self-love, healing from the past, getting ready for a new beginning, a new, risk-taking. But maybe it is in terms of your relationships that's feeling a little bit stuck. Let's clarify. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? Six of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. This is not a bad combination. Again, it is a card of nostalgia. Queen of Cups is a very intuitive lady. Regardless of gender, she's a very intuitive energy. She has a lot of self-love. She has a lot of compassion and understanding for people around her. She is like a motherly energy, to be honest. So some of you could have a family here, and there could be something to do with children coming up in the near future here. I will pull one more card. What's the holding back or closed energy then? King of Pentacles. Again, not a bad card. I feel like, in a sense, okay, now I do get it a little bit here. So because it's a card of, again, like being a bit limited, this is your energy, by the way, Taurus. What you want to be in is this. It's the King of Pentacles. So it's strong, it's grounded, it's ready for anything if need be. But it is very like a luxurious card. It's a very stable card. It is one of abundance and legacy, of stability and security. So that's something that you do want. But Four of Pentacles is, again, almost, I always see the Four of Pentacles as someone who, like the King of Pentacles, before he really understands what security is actually like. It's not a fear mindset. And Four of Pentacles is that fear mindset. It's a limited mindset. It's a bit low vibrational, to be honest. So for some of you, what this means, especially with this combination, because you have Six of Cups and King of Cups and Six of Cups and Queen of Cups, this could be pertaining to a relationship. There could be a little bit of a blockage there. That could mean something. Whenever I get a notification, it does mean something usually. Could be within a person. However, for some of you, it is more of like, maybe it's the past that's holding you back a little bit too much. Which is interesting, because I will say it's almost not that you take a step back here, Taurus, but it's almost as if you gain balance, but then you almost open that wound up a little bit. How can I describe this? Sorry, your reading is very slow today, but I hope that is because, for a good reason, I hope. Because it's almost like you are like, I feel like there is this energy of protecting and reflecting, and you try to not hold on to the past too much. If we're looking back at it to heal, then that's incredible and amazing. But if we're looking back at it to remind ourselves of why we're keeping to ourselves, then it's not doing you much good. So again, I feel like there's just that little message there coming through for you. Because Four of Pentacles don't really like that. Don't really like that. Alright, Nine of Pentacles coming through again is independence. It is a lovely card about, loving yourself, knowing yourself, being in your own energy and embracing it. It is a card about, having more than enough, which is great. It means stability in your life, which is great. Financial stability, financial independence. Knight of Swords coming in, so you guys could receive some sort of a message. Page of Swords. This feels like a little bit of an attack, to be honest. Page of Swords with the... I did say to you before that it does feel like there's a little bit of jealousy building up about you here, because Nine of Pentacles, you are minding your own business. You are in your own energy. Knight of Swords, Page of Swords. It feels like some people, potentially two people, are not liking that. Why? What's their issue, please, Spirit? What's the issue coming forward here? Eight of Cups and a Death card. Some people will feel like you're leaving them behind, whether it's intentional or not here. Eight of Cups is a walking away from a situation that doesn't serve you anymore. Maybe people are reaching out because, you've not said anything. It just went ghost for some. Nine of Swords. I think you got people up in their head for some reason. Alright. Take that however it is for you. But Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Page of Swords. There's a very quick message coming in that you will not expect. I think you're going to be embracing and loving your own energy and building yourself up here. And I think you'll be quite relaxed when a message comes in that's not really what you expected. What's this about? Seven of Cups might create a bit of confusion for you, or other people might feel this way about you. Okay, take it how it resonates here. Well, there we go. I don't know how you react to that or what this means to you, but it just feels like there is this very big, not cloud, a little bit of a tornado coming your way. You guys may know about this already or expect it already, but the way that it comes in is going to catch you by surprise, but maybe you've been awaiting this, to be honest. Seven of Cups, some people feel confused. There is a little bit of confusion around this message, maybe a bit of a misunderstanding. Someone's up in their head, whether it's you or somebody else here. And Eight of Cups, someone's walking away from this situation. And a Death card. Again, this could just be about, placing boundaries here. The Death card, Ten of Swords, huge endings coming through, Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Some of you are kind of juggling this energy. So the Death card is interesting because the transformation that is coming through now, it does feel like it's to do with this new path of self-love, to be honest with you, and I think that's what this all represents, and I think this is why there's some strong boundaries here. The Death card represents, endings for new beginnings to come through, new cycles, very similar to, the Ten of Swords. This is very harsh endings, an end of a chapter, end of an era, an end of a part of yourself, to be honest, as well. Two of Pentacles is still at juggling energy between these two, or trying to make a decision between these two. And Ace of Cups, do I choose to be defeated, or, to be walked all over for some, or to take all these constant attacks? Because for some of you, these are just people who always have something to say or whatever. I can't be quite sure, but this reminds me of the swords of that Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, okay? Two of Pentacles, weighing things up, juggling a little bit, and the Ace of Cups here, which is, again, that self-love and love in general. I mean, if you have broken up from somebody in the past, and this could be a water sign or whoever, someone who appears to have emotion for you, they could be a bit confused about why you're ending things here, whatever that means. And I'm not saying that they're right to feel that way, because you do have Seven of Swords here, so someone was not very honest or very authentic. Death card is kind of like you are changing a lot, and I think because of that your relationships are changing a lot too, to be honest, Taurus. Like, you're transforming. I think you're no longer becoming a doormat, you're no longer people pleasing, you're no longer kind of like dimming your light just to stay around certain people or just to have other people feel secure. I think you are now worried or focusing on your own security within yourself, and I think that's this new path of love. And I think that's what this Fool card represents, this new path of your own emotions. Not trying to fix everyone else's problems or everyone else's conflicts here. That's why we have the Nine of Cups here with the Fool card. This new leap of faith is you kind of like jumping in a different direction when trouble arises. Which in this case has been a cycle for a while. Okay. But anyway, again, Death card coming through. I feel like something must change anyways, because you've been feeling quite defeated in this situation, whatever it is. So I do believe that you'll be trying to balance the decisions that you make moving forward when it comes down to, is it an act of self-love, or am I people pleasing and only going to set myself up for more Ten of Swords, failure, defeat, problems? All right. Let's jump into your tea leaf tarot, my angels. Let's get some random messages for you guys this week. One more, or three more. Okay, we have Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals, and I think that's something that you're focusing on, because we do have here a goal-oriented person. Discord amongst family and friends, which we had. A need to pay attention to your finances around this time and your stability, your security. good advice coming through this week from a wise person. You also have good luck this week. And of course, we have, oh, sorry guys about that. I didn't realize it was half an hour. We have a major challenge to overcome. All right, which we've kind of seen. I think that's the death card and the Ten of Swords. Something needs to change is what that means, and it's changing regardless. And I think you felt this for a while. You've been thinking about it for a while. You've been doing it with that Queen of Swords in the past already. So I think it's really in the next year, you really are going to be putting it into practice, and it will become, you know, who you are instead of just decisions to make. It's something that will come naturally to you as strong boundaries, building that security within yourself. And having that path, you know, of self-love and coming from that loving place, which some people might not see as that, but clearly they need to fix themselves. So there's something within themselves that's making them feel that way, and that's something they need to focus on. But anyway, I hope this resonated. I'm sorry it's been going on for too long, Taurus, but I hope in some way it's helped. I will try to speed up the next readings, but anyway, I love you guys. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you guys next time. All right.